Never say die. Never say die. The blackness, keep on.
And welcome to another episode of Ask the Wiz. I'm your humble host, Dr.Kenneth Reeves, saying thank you so much for joining us doing this, another edition of Ask the Wiz, the radio broadcast. You, my beloved listeners, have ventured inside the classroom without walls. Well, all the student family members and visitors alike, we will be getting P.A.I.D. prolifically, as yours truly will be revealing positions that are currently we're talking about today, Thursday, October the 26th, 2017, generating from 18% profit to over 400, that's right, 461% profit for you, my beloved Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute family. At a point in time when people checking accounts, saving accounts, money market accounts, T-bills, CDs, and the like aren't even paying 3% per year, here we are about to receive double digits and triple digit profits, all courtesy of the ancestors and the Creator. And also doing this the first hour of the Classroom Without Walls radio broadcast, yours truly will be revealing noteworthy insider trading activity of the day, followed up with the list of today's top 10 trending stocks. And then, yours truly will identify an excellent trading strategy that all of the uber wealthy are utilizing to get P.A.I.D. Now, this is not so much geared towards those members of the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute family because you already are aware of this particular strategy, but for those of you that are not members of the Wealth Institute family, for those of you that are out there trying to trade and invest, and you're not using this powerful strategy, well, you're doing yourself a gross injustice because the uber wealthy utilize it every single day to get P.A.I.D. and they utilize it to obtain and maintain their economic liberation. We're going to reveal it to you doing this, the first hour of the Classroom Without Walls radio broadcast. And as we wrap up the first hour, yours truly will reveal two companies that have massive pension debts. And one of these companies you're very familiar with. And if you know anybody, I dare say anybody that is employed by this company, boy, oh boy, do they need to pay close attention to the information that I'm about to give to you. So please take copious notes and then inform these people that you know that are working for this one company that I'm going to identify, that this company is running a massive, I mean a massive pension debt, which means their 401k plan, aka their pension plan, is next to being worthless. And as we roll into the second hour, yours truly will list 4 healthcare positions that are paying dividends, that offer better yields than bonds, and have excellent upside potential that will get you, me, we, the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute family, P.A.I.D. And we're going to wrap up this Classroom Without Walls radio broadcast as yours truly shows you how to monetize things that we see now that others see eventually. We're talking about how to get P.A.I.D. from self-driving cars. That's right. The technology is here. They're fine-tuning the final results. And there are going to be self-driving cars on the roads soon and very soon. Now, what should we do now that will allow us to get P.A.I.D. later from this bustling and avant-garde technology? We're talking about monetizing self-driving cars. Going to show you how to do it right here inside that Classroom Without Walls. So I needed you to take copious notes, for you need to be with yours truly as we maintain the appropriate chakra level, stay in the right meridian, form a mastermind, and we make Wall Street pay us right here on Main Street. You inside the Classroom Without Walls. Once again, peace and blessings be upon each and every one of you. This is your humble servant, Dr.Kenneth Reeves, saying thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. Now, before we get started, we would be remiss if we didn't give all praise, honor, and glory to the ancestors and the Creator for this day that allow us to develop the third eye, the eye that can see the invisible, and then concurrently develop the third ear, the ear that can hear the inaudible. This in turn allows us to stay in contact with the Most High and the ancestors through that centralized conduit that is known as spirit. For as both you and I know, without spirit, we are absolutely nothing.
Heart and soul, body and mind, but the very essence of our existence is spirit. What is it about the human spirit that produces the courage and the strength to beat insurmountable odds, to survive and endure despite unbelievable circumstances? Our spirit embodies the very essence of our existence. We believe that it has been handed down from generation to generation. Beginning in Africa, the motherland, where for eons, we believe that the Creator heard us when we cried, saw us when we faltered, and helped us along the way. And now, more than ever, it is time for us to get back in touch with the spirit that lives inside us all. Because without it, we are less than whole. But with it, there is nothing we cannot overcome. For the essence of our existence is spirit.
Amen and ashe. Now, for those of you that want to authenticate these prophets that the ancestors and the Creator are about to bestow upon the beloved ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family, we beseech you to engage in what is known as interactive radio by simply going to www.yahoofinance.com. That's www.yahoofinance.com from any internet-enabled device. And as yours truly gives out each and every symbol, all you have to do is punch it in, and you too can bear witness to the prophets that the ancestors and the Creator are bestowing upon the beloved ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family. Wealth Institute family members, portfolios open, please, for it is now time to get P.A.I.D. Now, family members, let's go to work and make the ancestors and the Creator proud. Now, Wealth Institute family members, we've got a very unique situation on our hands, one that is a very nice situation, I dare say, to have. Family members, we have over 60, count them, 60 positions that are getting me, you, we, the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family, P.A.I.D, utilizing the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute ER strategy. Now, because of time constraints, we certainly do not have enough time to go over all of these 60 positions. So what we're going to have to do, just like we did during Tuesday's Classroom Not Walls radio broadcast, where we had so many positions that are paying us at one time, we're going to have to go ahead and list all of the positions. And when you hear a position that you have actualized, i.e. bought to open, then you sell the closed market order on at least one of your contracts. Issuing trailer stops at 3 to 5% below the set of close index, and you make Wall Street pay you right here on Main Street. Right now, about to give you 60, count them, 60 positions that are paying us in less than 24 hours. Talking about that, Aquin Financial Corp, symbol OCN, ABB Limited, symbol ABB, A Biomed Inc., symbol ABMD, Air Products and Chemicals, symbol APD, Alexion Pharmaceuticals, symbol ALXN, Acromer, symbol ALKS, Altera Group, symbol MO, Mbev, symbol ABEV, American Airlines Group, symbol AAL, American Electric Power, symbol AEP, Anheuser-Busch, symbol BUD, Autoliv, symbol AVI, Banco Santander, symbol SAN, Boston Scientific Corp, symbol BSX, Bristol Myers Squibb, symbol BMY, Brunswick Corp, symbol BC, Cabot Microelectronics, symbol CMC, CCMP, that's Cabot Microelectronics, symbol CCMP. California Water Service, symbol CWT. Carter's Inc., symbol CRI. Celgene Corp., symbol CELG. CMEX, symbol CX. Charter Communications, symbol CHTR. CME Group, symbol CME. Comcast Corp., symbol CMC. SA. ConocoPhillips, symbol COP. CoreSite Realty, symbol COR. Deluxe Corp., symbol DLX. Dunkin' Brands Group, symbol DNKN. Energies Inc., symbol ENTG. Evercore Inc., symbol EVR. Ford Motor Company, symbol F. Franklin Resources, symbol BEN. Hershey Company, symbol SHY. Hilton Worldwide Holdings, symbol HLT. IMAX Corp., symbol IMAX. Invesco Corp., Bank Corp., symbol ISBC. KKR and Company, symbol KKR. L3 Technology, symbol LLL. Lending Tree, symbol TREE. Marathon Petroleum Company, symbol MPC. Martian McClendon, symbol MMC. McKesson Corporation, symbol MCK. Newmont Mining Corp., symbol NEM. Next Era Energy Partners, symbol NEP. And Next Era Energy, symbol NEE. Nokia Corp., symbol NOK. Oak Tree Capital, symbol OAK. Old Dominion Freight Line, symbol ODFL. Pinnacle Foods, symbol PF. Potash Corp., symbol POT. Praxair Inc., symbol PX. Raytheon, symbol RTN. Scanner Corp., symbol SCG. Sprint Airlines, symbol SAVE. T. Rowe Price Group, symbol TROW. Telefonica, symbol TEF. Time Warner, symbol TWX. Twitter Inc., symbol TWTR. Union Pacific Corp., symbol UNP. United Parcel Services, symbol UPS. Valero Energy Corp., symbol VLO. Waste Management, symbol WM. XL Energy, symbol XEL. And Xerox Corp., symbol XRX. Over 60 positions that are getting you, me, we, the ASK Wealth Institute family, P.A.I.D. So now, let's go to work, family, as we sell the closed market order on at least one of your contracts in any of these positions that you may currently have, issuing 12 stops at 3 to 5% below the seller close index, as you elevate your mind to free your soul, such that you will have complete control. Give P.A.I.D. Go to work, family.
Know what's the meaning of the line? Tell me. Well, it's like dreaming of your goals, ambitions. I'm feeling free. I'm on this mission to achieve. What's in your mind? This is what you believe you should gain. Satisfaction become a shining example. A test is a sample of a new race. And it's the amplify positivity. Well, like electricity. You see a clear way with no ambiguity. Don't you know? Go ahead, you know, and implement your ideas, your notions. Put them in motion, like the way you funky dress up spoken to you. So listen up loud and clear. This is a word you must be aware of. What you gonna do, put it in your life too. But that's the meaning of the line. Work it out for yourself. Yeah, be selective, be objective, be an asset to the collective. know you gotta get a life.
Monetizing over 60 positions, 60 positions that are paying us in less than 24 hours. Utilizing the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute ER strategy. As we elevate our minds to free our souls so that we can take complete economic and financial control. Oh, we've got so much information to give you today. The information that will allow you to get P.A.I.D. right in NOW. Ah, yeah. As you know, we're in a capitalistic system that controls a capitalistic society, and a precursor for economic liberation is you must get P.A.I.D. Talking to each and every one of you, I hope that you feel me as I feel you.
Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, let me Shaka Khan, let me it's all I wanna do, Shaka Khan, let me
Time to go to work, beloved.
for you, Shaka Khan.
Let's make the ancestors and the creator proud. Do you feel me? Cause I feel Y-O-U.
Get in my arm, let me feel you with my charm, Shaka, cause you know that I don't wanna give you up, Shaka, I make it work, just a physical dream, let me rock, Shaka, cause you know you wanna spend it, let me rock it, rock it. It's all I wanna do, Shaka Khan. Let me rock, Shaka Khan. Let me rock you for the feel for you, feel for you.
This is a live on the air Wiz Alert. Live on the air Wiz Alert. For the first time in history, Asian billionaires outnumber U.S. billionaires. I repeat, Asian billionaires are the highest in number on the planet, and they exceed U.S. billionaires for the first time in history. Announced today. They've got this capitalism down pat. Let that be an inspiration for you to get P.A.I.D.
you wanna hold it, wanna squeeze you too. Let me take you in my arms, let me be you rubber too. Shaka, cause you know that I'm the one to keep you warm. Shaka, make you know it's just a physical dream. You wanna rock, shaka, cause you make me wanna scream. Feel for you.
Up next, noteworthy insider trading activity of the day, followed up with the list of today's top 10 trending stocks. You're inside the classroom without wall. Top 3 major U.S. indexes, all are in positive territory. Get that Dow up 90 points. S&P 500 is currently up 0.26%, and the NASDAQ is up 0.09%. All 3 major U.S. indexes in positive territory. Wealth Astute family members, be still on that DIA actualized offset November position. You received that P.A.I.D alert yesterday? Be still. We can make more money on that DIA November MAG 7/15 offset position. Be on standby for a P.A.I.D alert to be sent to your cell phone at the appropriate time to maximize your profits. And now, let us take a look at noteworthy insider trading activity of the day. Now, there's something I want to bring to your attention, each and every one of you. Now, as I speak right now, okay, there is not much noteworthy insider trading activity because insider filler of volumes, as I speak, okay, they are now at a seasonal low period as companies close their trading windows to their executives until after the September quarterly earnings are released. So we should expect the number of insider trades to reach a seasonal nadir during the final 2 weeks of this month, which we are in right now, October, before surging once again in November. So we will have a decrease in insider activity, as I indicated, for the last 2 weeks of this month. But when we go back into November, okay, insiders will be allowed to trade more fluently, and we then will be able to monitor them closely. So for today, there's not any noteworthy insider trading activity that commands our attention. Now let us move to the top 10 trending stocks for today. We're talking about Thursday, October the 26th, 2017. Now, for those of you that are on the Ask the Wiz Wall Street tweet list, well, you received this information earlier today, and many of you have actualized and or monetized this information upon completion of the appropriate drill down. Now, if you too would like to receive actionable intelligence each and every day that the U.S. markets are open, then all you have to do is go to our website at www.askthewiz.info. That's www.askthewiz.info. And upon arrival on our homepage, go to the right-hand side of our homepage. You'll see the tweet submitted by yours truly. Simply click on follow us, put in your pertinent information, and each and every day that the U.S. markets are open, you too will receive actionable intelligence that upon completion of the appropriate drill down will get you P.A.I.D. It's the Ask the Wiz Wall Street tweet list. Get on it today. And now let us take a look at the top 10 trending stocks once again for today, Thursday, October the 26th, 2017. Number 1 position held down by Dry Ships, symbol DRYS. Number 2 position held down by Gold Corp, symbol GG. Number 3 position held down by Apple, symbol AAPL. Number 4 position held down by Dynergy, symbol DYN. Number 5 position held down by Regions Financial, symbol RF. Number 6 position held down by Santander Finance, symbol SAN. Number 7 position held down by Oracle Corp, symbol ORCL. Number 8 position of today's top 10 trending stocks is held down by Volt Information Services, symbol VISI. Number 9 position held down by ExxonMobil, symbol XOM. And the number 10 position of today's top 10 trending stocks is held down by Ajinco Eagle Mines, symbol AEM. So there you have it, the top 10 trending stocks for Thursday, October the 26th, 2017. Let us repeat them once again quickly. Dry Ship, symbol DRYS. Gold Corp, symbol GG. Apple, symbol AAPL. Dynergy, symbol DYN. Regions Financial, symbol RF. Santander Finance, symbol SAN. Oracle Corp, symbol ORCL. Volt Information Sciences, symbol VISI. ExxonMobil, symbol XOM. And Ajinco Eagle Mines, symbol AEM. When we come back, we're going to go over a particular strategy that all of our Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute family members know about. But if you are not a member of the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute, then you need to take heed to the information I'm about to give you, because this particular strategy is used not by some, but by every single uber wealthy person on the planet. Why? Because they are in it to win it. They are in it to obtain and maintain their economic liberation. They're all about getting P.A.I.D. And you would be wise to take heed to the information I'm about to submit to you, because it allows you to get in this trading and investing game so that you can be in it to win it.
I was born in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. When I was a little boy, I used to sing before my father preached. I wanted to love on everybody and hug on everybody and smile. But you know, it was a time when there was still segregation and a lot of racism. You know, hearing people call me names like little nigga boy and all that, man. When I got to college, I'll never forget, one of my professors told me that I wasn't going to be nothing in life, that I was going to end up in an alley. And it kind of ended up that way, at least for a while, because I did end up on the streets at one point in my life, doing drugs and alcohol. My story started such a long time ago, bruised up and scarred. Sometimes it seemed impossible. Some said I wasn't able, yeah. I think they was afraid of what I could do. I never stopped believing. I'm gonna see it all the way through. Oh, now, don't tell me that I didn't want you. Oh, yeah. But told me in the fourth quarter. Oh, yeah. Get it over till it's over. Oh, yeah. But I'm not backing down. 'Cause I'm in it to win. I'm gonna reach to the top. Nothing's gonna make me stop. Yes, I'm in it to win it. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Ooh, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. 'Cause I'm in it to win it. There's a fight and release, so I'm giving it to everything. Yes, I'm in it to win it. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Yes, I'm in it to win it. I'm not gonna stop, no, till I finish. I see it in the distance, hey, waiting for me like an open door. The more I get resistance, I swear I want it even more. I'm gonna be so grateful when I finally get to you. 'Cause I never stop believing, oh no. So I'm gonna see it all the way through, oh yeah. Don't tell me that I didn't want you, oh yeah. But told me in the fourth quarter, oh yeah. Get it over till it's over, oh yeah. I'm not backing down. 'Cause I'm in it to win it. I'm gonna reach to the top. Nothing's gonna make me stop. Yes, I'm in it to win it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, oh yeah, oh yeah. 'Cause I'm in it to win it. There's a fight and release, so I'm giving it to everything. Yes, I'm in it to win it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yes, I'm in it to win it. I'm not gonna stop, no, till I finish. And I know the road is long, yeah, I know the road is long, and I'm never giving up. I ain't never giving up. 'Cause I'm in it to win it. Ooh, nothing's gonna make me stop. Yes, I'm in it to win it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, oh yeah, oh yeah. 'Cause I'm in it to win it. There's a fight and release, so I'm giving it to everything. Yes, I'm in it to win it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yes, I'm in it to win it. Yes, I'm in it. I'm gonna win it. Yes,
Amen and Ashe.
I'm in it to win.
If you're going to get in it, you might as well be in it to win it.
You know, it's a roller coaster ride for me, but I'm having fun in my life, and you know, and I learned one thing: my blessings come from God. My life has already been mapped out by God, so this is why I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not quitting. I'm standing up. I'm standing tall. I'm going for it. Yeah, I'm in it to win it.
Amen and Ashe. Now, family members, you already know what I'm about to say to those persons that are within the sound of my voice that aren't members of the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family. So you need to just affirm in your spirit that what you're about to hear is indeed true. Now, for those of you that aren't members of the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family, please listen intently. Now, you may not like what I'm about to say, but the fact of the matter is that if you want a true quality of life that you control, if you want to have a retirement that is full of bliss, The kind where you sleep well at night, travel freely wherever you want, and still have money left over to help out your kids, your grandkids, or whoever you so desire, then it's very unlikely that you'll be able to generate enough revenue and income for that lifestyle through simple stocks and bonds, simple 401k plans or other retirement vehicles, or simply by, quote unquote, starting your own business. Consider this. Let's say you collect Social Security, but you estimate that you need an additional $45,000 a year in income to maintain a comfortable standard of living in your life. That means with a $250,000 portfolio, you still need to generate around 18% annual returns just to pay yourself without losing any capital. And then with a $500,000 portfolio, you need about 9%. Now, if you have more than that, well, you're in a little bit better position, but there are still many future costs that could drain your nest egg quick, fast, and in a hurry. But what if yours truly, what if I were to tell you that there's a way to earn additional income as high as, say, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month from positions that you control and not necessarily own? Even better, what I'm about to tell you is one of the safest income producing strategies around, and the uber wealthy use it all the time. But before I reveal exactly what it is, let me give you an analogy. You see, most people would think that it's foolish to own an investment property and not rent it out, all right? Okay, say a house, a single-family detached dwelling or apartment complex, right? After all, if you own, say, a $800,000 apartment building in Boston or Houston or Seattle, you'd be able to collect, okay, about $5,000 plus or minus, maybe a little bit more, okay, a month in rent, depending on the neighborhood. All right? And that sounds like a no-brainer, right? Likewise, if you owned $800,000 worth of stock in companies like Apple or Facebook or Intel, you could essentially do the same thing. That's because the stock in your brokerage account can also generate monthly income, much like a rental property. But then, what if you wanted to really tweak that thing? Where you've got a minimal amount of money out with a minimum amount of exposure and or risk. Listen to me closely. So if you wanted to buy $800,000 worth of Apple shares, Facebook shares, or Intel shares, what if there was a way where you could control $800,000 worth of Apple shares, Facebook shares, and Intel shares, and then be able to minimize the amount of risk you have buying through that $800,000 worth of exposure? Let's say, for instance, you were very, very conservative, and you only wanted to have 10% exposure on your $800,000 worth of holdings in Apple and Facebook and Intel. Well, do you know there's a way to do that? The uber wealthy, not some, every single uber wealthy person does what I'm about to tell you about. You see, the mind controls the behind. And as you think, and if you think intelligently, and then you apply that thought process, then you can get P.A.I.D. via trading and investing like the uber wealthy. Now, when you think about it that way, it's utterly unbelievable that more people aren't doing what I'm about to say, what I'm about to convey to you. What I'm saying to you is the strategy that the uber wealthy use, not some but all of them, is options trading. You see, options trading allows you to control a block of 100 shares of any publicly traded company at any given time. I said control, not own. You see, controlling something gives you the same privileges as owning something without the cost associated with owning something. And when we get into the spiritual concepts of things, you never can own anything anyway. It belongs to the Most High in the universe. But I digress. Let's get back to the realm of trading and investing. When you take an option on a particular stock and you buy one contract, you now control 100 shares of that particular stock. And those shares can be sold at any time, buying through the options that you hold. Now, an option on a particular company's shares of stock will never, ever, ever be equivalent to the purchase price of the same number of shares, i.e. 100 shares. So, if you can reap all the benefits and the associated profits of a particular stock in $100 in 100 stock increments, why would you want to spend the money to buy the stock when you can spend a fraction of that money to control the stock? That's what the uber wealthy do. And we're going to be expanding upon this a little bit more in our Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute Beginning Traders and Investors webinar tonight from 8 until 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, wherein yours truly is going to give you a particular sector and a list of stocks that will get you P.A.I.D. no matter what the economy is doing, both domestically or worldwide. Why? Because this particular sector and the list of stocks that I'm going to give you tonight during our Classroom Without Walls Beginning Traders and Investors webinar, okay? These companies provide what society needs. Listen to me. Don't hear me. Listen to me. Two different things. When you invest in what society needs, you get paid all of the time. When you invest in what society wants, you get paid some of the time. The uber wealthy utilize options to invest in companies that provide what society needs, and therefore they get paid all the time. More to come tonight during our Beginner Traders and Investors webinar from 8 until 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you will be giving the sector and the list of stocks that will pay you, and all you have to do is set it and forget it. At the end of the day, we're talking about making Wall Street pay you on Main Street, because it's time for you not to ask Massa to give you a pay raise, not to ask Massa to provide you for a quality of life that you so desire. No, it's time for you to make Wall Street pay you right here on Main Street. It's time for you to get up, stand up for your rights. Don't you dare lay down, you kings and queens, you gods and goddesses. No, you get down and get up, stand up for your rights.
Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's an all that Peter is gold. After story had never been told, so now you see the light. Hey, stand up for your right. Come on, get up, stand up
here and now is war. Not a war of money or land, but rather one of spirituality. So as our blood, sweat, and tears begins to blend into the rhythm of the drum, we are faced with one question. Who is willing to die? Are you ready for the war?
Street, I don't see peace, only confusion all around me. Why and where did this come from? Because this was not intended from the beginning. We have to fight this or unite with it. Sometimes the darkness overtakes you, but you have to call out the name of your maker, because it will never forsake you.
you kings and queens, you gods and goddesses, let us evoke the spirits of the ancestors and let us rise, form one mastermind, and let's go to work. For those of you that have access to internet-enabled devices, please go to the following website. pbgc.gov. That's pbgc.gov. That's Pension Benefit Guarantee Corporation.gov. Now, family members, while you're doing that, I'm going to share some information with you. You see, so many people believe so much in massa, aka the master, aka the system, aka the man. And they think that massa et al. Has an obligation to free the oppressed. Nothing can be further from the truth. The master is of the mindset that they have a universal obligation to oppress, to keep you on the plantation, aka the job. The job is designed to keep you just over broke. That's why they call it a job. And as long as massa can keep you just over broke, you will come back. You will endure, okay, societal hardships. You will endure the trials and tribulations of life that you cannot buy your way out of, such that you can get in traffic 1 hour to the plantation, 1 hour back, and you will be paid kibbles and bits for your services. How much is your life worth? Is it worth $100,000? Is it worth $500,000? Is it worth $1 million? Next question, how much is your lifestyle worth? Is it worth $100,000? I pray tell, is it worth $500,000 or $1 million? So it was so when they sold our ancestors on the auction block. When you heard the auctioneer say, take 10, take 25, 25, do I hear 27, 27, do I hear 30, 30, 30? When they auctioned off our ancestors on the auction block. What is your auction block price? I would submit to you that your new age auction block price is equivalent to what massa pays you at your job every year. So if you make $100,000 a year, guess what? Your auction price is $100, $100,000. You make $50,000, your auction block price is $50,000. And you know what you do? You go out and try to live your lifestyle per the price point that massa has placed upon you. And massa has gotten slick with that thing. He's invented something called credit. So now he's converted you to not only a slave, but a slave that thinks he's liberated. And he's flipped the script and made you a slave, and get this now, sharecropper. Because when you utilize credit, you will always owe more than you initially borrowed, just like the sharecropper. Sharecropper could never get caught up and get ahead. Why? Because the books were always stacked against him from day one. Listen to me. So many people are working on plantations, named FedEx, named Comcast, named U.S. Health Services, named Delta Airlines, and the list goes on. And they think because they got a job on Master's plantation, they're going to be all right. They also think that because, now notice this trick, Master says, look, I'm going to pay you $1. And for every dollar I paid you, guess what? Believe in me, because I know what's best for you now. So when you retire, this is what I'm going to do, because see, you don't have enough sense to save and invest your money. So this is what you do. I'm going to pay you $1. But before I give you that $1 each pay period, you're going to give me back 20 cents. And I'm going to take that 20 cents because, see, you're not smart enough to invest the 20 cents on your own, so you'll have something during retirement. So I'm going to take that 20 cents and I'm going to go ahead and invest it for you. It's called a pension plan, aka your retirement plan. So don't worry about it. You just stay on your road, on the plantation, on the job, and I'm going to take this 20 cents and I'm going to go ahead and invest it for you. Now, Massa has started the beginning of running the game on you. What Massa has done now, he's getting $1 worth of work out of you for 80 cents because you're giving back 20 cents to him every pay period. Now, Master is diabolical. He doesn't stop there now. Listen to me. No, he doesn't stop there. Now, he runs that same game on everybody that works in his company. And to entice you, he says, you know what, when you put in your 20 cents, I'm gonna match it with 20 cents. All right? Okay, yeah, right. Now watch the phase 2 of this game. Now the phase 2 of this game is Massa then takes all of his employees that work at his company. He takes their 20 cents. He bundles it all up together. Then he goes to his bank. Massa walks into his bank and says, look, I got all of these fools that every pay period, they give me 20 cents out of the $1 worth of work that I get out of them. So, Mr. Banker, this is what I want you to do. Now, I can tell you how long each one of these employees is going to work for me. I can tell you which ones are in the working test, which ones been with me on my plantation 5 years, 10 years, which ones about to retire, etc., etc. So I know the longevity of each one of my slaves on my plantation. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to loan me a percentage of the 20 cents cumulative that I get from every one of my slaves every pay period, and I want you to go ahead and multiply it out across 12 months, and I want you to make me a loan against that. Because trust me, I get the money before they do. No, that's right. I don't let them get the $1 and then give me back the 20 cents. No, I give them the 80 cents, and I keep the 20 off the top. So, Mr. Banker, you guaranteed to get your money. Because you and me, we're going to get that 20 cents before they get theirs. But they're going to give me $1 worth of work. Banker says, you know what, Master boy, you smart. You slick with that thing, aren't you? Okay, how many more of them slaves you can get on your plantation? Well, you know, we're gonna hold a job fair. Probably sometime in January. We get us about 5,000 more of them slaves nationwide. And you didn't get 20 cents on them too? Yeah, I'll get 20 cents on them, no problem neither. Well, I tell you what we do then. Looking at your numbers, it looked like that 20 cents equal about, $40 million. You bought all them employees you got. All right, what you give me for that? Tell you what I do, Master. I'm going to give you $37.5 million on that 20 cent slave advance you get every pay period. Deal. All right? And that's the second phase, all right, of the game that Massa run. Because, see, the slave has given Massa an IOU. Now, let me ask you a question before I go to the third and most diabolical phase. If you are lending something to somebody, if I come to you and ask you for $1, are you the debtor or are you the creditor? That's right, you're the creditor because you're loaning me $1. Well, then why in this scenario that I gave you, the slave thinks that he is the debtor, but he's lending money to Master? Wait a minute. See, Master done figured that thing out. That's why he went to the bank, because he knows that he is actually the debtor with a long-term IOU that he has to pay these people when they retire. Most people don't get it until what? 65 years of age. Now they move that thing back to 67 years of age, retirement. Especially if you want your full Social Security. Government even doing the same scam. Listen to me. But see, the trick is the mind controls the behind. If master can get the slave to think that master is doing him a favor by taking his 20 cents, which is essentially a loan, an IOU, from the slave to the master, master turn around and monetize that thing. Slave just happened to be on the plantation. Yowza mouser. Yeah, you right. I know you gonna do right for me. Like the oppressor has an obligation to free the oppressed. Now the third step, which is more diabolical than any, and I'm about to get into this, showing you two major companies, household names, that are doing the same thing. And this is just two of the hundreds of thousands of companies, small, medium, and large, around the world, not just the United States, that run this pension game. The third diabolical step is this. If massa decides to file bankruptcy, he doesn't have to pay back the 20 cents to all of the slaves. You don't believe me? Ask the people who work for Enron. You don't believe me? Ask the people who work for WorldCom. You don't believe me? Ask the employees of Pritchard, Alabama, when the city filed for bankruptcy and walked away from its pension plan. You don't believe me? Ask the people who worked and retired for the city of Detroit. And massa decided, look, either you take less than what you gave me each pay period, or we're going to file bankruptcy and you ain't going to get a damn thing. And guess what the pensioners decided to do? Yes, massa, we'll go ahead and take the reduced amount that you're going to pay us. See the game? There was an interesting article that came out on October the 13th. And it brought to light that for the first time in years, the insurance premium companies paid on unfunded pensions is now 3.4% higher than the 3.14% yield on high-grade corporate bonds, making it cheaper, listen to this, to pay down the pension deficit rather than pay the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation fee. That's the website I told you to go to, pbgc.gov. Now, the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation is supposed to be a federal entity, a government entity that guarantees every pension in the United States. But guess what? The Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation is in the red, which means they in debt. Which means that if every pension in the United States was to go belly up tomorrow, the federal entity that's supposed to guarantee the payments to the pensioners can't make the payments. Now, some investors are applauding the moves, if only because U.S. firms have resisted setting aside money for pensions, often choosing to use their leftover profits from stock buybacks. Borrowing money to contribute to pension plans shows a strange prudence, as the problem of unfunded pension gaps are not going away anytime soon. I'll bring your attention to March of this year. Delta Airlines, that's right, household name Delta Airlines. They raised $1 billion in debt floating 3-year notes at 2.875% and $1 billion in 5-year notes at 3.625%, along with $600 million in cash and $350 million in treasury shares to put into his pension. At the end of 2016, Delta's funding shortfall was $10.6 billion for its pension. That means it owes its pensioners and the pension fund, the Delta Pension Fund, $10.6 billion. They're in a deficit. They've already spent that money on other things. That is not their money. That's their employees' money. Money that the employees, in a very gullible manner, allow to be taken out of their paychecks, hoping that they will get it back in the great by and by. But let me tell you something. Don't you ever forget this. Before you get through to the future, you got to get through now. Before you get to tomorrow, you got to make it through today. And don't you walk around being like Wimpy, okay, on Popeye's cartoons, where he says, you give me a hamburger today, and he'll gladly give you a quarter tomorrow. Nuh-uh, tomorrow may not get him. Let me go a step further. Delta's debt has increased by $1.4 billion in the first 9 months of this year. And it has increased to $8.4 billion. And it's running a shortfall for its pension of $10.6 billion. It all has to come out of one bucket, making this nothing more than a sleight of hand, buying through financial maneuvering. Delta Airlines. Let me give you another company, just to prove my point. And as we say in the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute, trust but verify. You Google everything I'm submitting to you, all right? Because we will never present anything to you without giving you empirical evidence to support it. Now, there's a company called Harris Corporation. Harris Corporation trades under the symbol HRS, okay? Now, its pension, okay, returned just 0.02% in 2016. 0.02%. Now, see, the company is supposed to be taking that money from its employees and reinvesting it and getting yields high enough to pay off the retirees as they retire. Now, let me ask you this. How in the Hades did it only return 0.02% in 2016, a year in which the S&P 500 was up 12%? And listen to this, its own stock was up 20%. How did that happen? Well, as I looked at its fiscal 2017 and 2016 10Ks, I see an increase in the fair value of the defined benefit pension plan assets in 2017 of $648 million, or 15.2%, and a loss of $227 million, or 5% in 2016. What did they do? They did like I previously described. They went and they margined. They went and got a loan against those faithful employees' pension payments. And then when I looked at the company's latest 11K, I can see that the company's defined contribution plan for the fiscal year ending December the 31st, 2016 increased by $63.9 million in 2016 to $6.14 billion. Family members and listeners alike, that's a 2.7% increase. What they did was they hired more employees, got more pension payments, and increased, okay, the treasure chest that they could borrow from, aka the pension plan they can borrow from, to $6.14 billion. Now, why is this a concern? I'll tell you why it's a concern. Even though the company voluntarily contributed $400 million to its pension plan in Q4, its shortfall is $1.3 billion, or 80% of the plan's assets. And listen to this, the audacity of this company, Harris, okay, Corporation, symbol HRS. Guess what they just did? Okay? They just announced last month that the company will not make a pension contribution in 2018. So, should the value of the assets fall between now and July of 2018, the ratio will go right back to where it was prior to the $400 million contribution that they so pitifully placed in the pension. Family members, if this continues on, if it keeps up, the CEO of the company will get richer than rich and move into wealthy, and the employees won't get paid what's rightfully theirs. This is just two companies. There are thousands upon thousands of companies that engage in this accounting sleight of hand, and it's the unbridled loyalty of the slave to master, thinking that master cares about them, that allows this foolishness to go on. If only the slave would elevate his or her mind to free their soul so that they can take complete control, then they would know how to trade. They would know how to invest so that they can obtain and maintain their own economic liberation. You have no choice but to learn how to earn revenue and income by making your money work for you. Anytime you work harder for your money than your money's working for you, then you will indeed be regulated to somebody's, anybody's plantation. It's a new day. Adopt the new ideology and get P.A.I.D. You inside the classroom without walls.
I went to sleep last night, tired from the fight. I've been fighting for tomorrow all my life. Yeah, I woke up this morning feeling brand new, 'cause the dreams that I've been dreaming have finally come true. It's a new day. 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 It's been a long time coming. Up the mountain kept running. Songs of freedom kept humming. Channeling Harriet Tubman, Kennedy, Lincoln, and King. We gotta manifest that dream. It feels like I'm swimming upstream. It feels like I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place. We've been through the hard and lived through the darkest days. If you and I made it this far, well, hey, we can make it all. And they said no, we can't, and we said yes, we can. Remember, it's you and me together. I woke up this morning feeling alright. I've been fighting for tomorrow all my life. Yeah, I woke up this morning feeling brand new, 'cause the dreams that I've been dreaming have finally come true. It's a new day. 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 It's been a long time waiting for this moment. It's been a long time praying for this moment. We hope for this moment, and now that we own it, for life I'ma hold it, and I won't let it go. It's our fathers, our brothers, our friends who fought for freedom, our sisters, our mothers who died for us to be in this moment. Stop and cherish this moment. Stop and cherish this time. It's time for unity, for us and we. That's you and me together. I woke up this morning feeling brand new. The dreams that I've been dreaming finally came true. Yeah, I woke up this morning feeling alright, 'cause we wasn't fighting for nothing, and the soldiers wasn't fighting for nothing. No Martin wasn't dreaming for nothing, and we can get and change it for nothing, and children wasn't crying for nothing. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. A new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day.
And now, let us look at the ASK THE WIZ Institute ER plays of the day. Positions that will get you P.A.I.D. within the next 24 hours, utilizing the ASK THE WIZ Institute ER strategy. Now, in the event you choose to to actualize. That means buy to open any of these positions, you make sure those trailing stops are set no wider than 10%. 10% max on the trailing stops. And then after the institutional investors are finished trading, that's about 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have chosen to actualize a position, you want to check to see the after hours activity on that particular position. And then tomorrow morning, before the market opens at 9:30, you want to check pre-market activity on the position as well. Now, in the event you have a call option that is getting you P.A.I.D, then you want to check the volume on that position first thing in the morning, and you want to make sure that you have enough volume pushing that position through water table. Water table begins at 11:15 a.m. and ends at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the event that you do not have enough volume to push that position through on the backside of water table to maintain your profits, then you need to set a closed market order on at least one of your contracts. Extreme trail stops at 3 to 5% below the set a close index. That's if it is a call option on the front side of water table. Now, if by chance you have a put option on the front side of water table that's getting you P.A.I.D, then relax. For water table is indeed your friend. And as the position tends to pull down the underlying stock during water table time, it will move your put option to the upside, creating an upcharge off margin, and you will get P.A.I.D before 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so now, yours truly is honored to present to you 59 positions that upon completion of the appropriate drill down are prime candidates to get your P.A.I.D within the next 24 hours. We're talking about positions that will release their ER today after the market closes. That 8x8 ink, symbol EGHT. That Alphabet Inc., symbol GOOGL, formerly known as Google. Amazon.com, symbol AMZN, will be released their ER today after the market closes. Arthur J. Gallagher, symbol AJG, will be released their ER today after the market closes. Badu Inc., symbol BIDU. Boston Beer Company, symbol SAM, and Boyd Gaming Corporation, symbol BYD. All will be released their ER today after the market closes. Candace Design Systems, symbol CDNS. Camden Properties Trust, symbol CPT. And Chenier Corp, symbol CERN, will all be released in their ER today after the market closes. Columbia Property Trust, Columbia Sportswear, and Chubb Limited all will be releasing their ERs today after the market closes. Talking about the Columbia Property Trust, symbol CXP. Columbia Sportswear, symbol COLM, and Chubb Limited, symbol CB, releasing their ER today after the market closes. Eastman Chemical Company, symbol EMN, and Eldorado Gold Company, symbol EGO, all will be releasing their ER today after the market closes. Expedia Inc., symbol EXPE. First Solar, symbol FSLR. Fortinet Inc., symbol FTNT. Gigamon Inc., symbol GIMO. Gilead Sciences, symbol GILD. Health South Corp, symbol HLS. Intel Corp, symbol INTC. Investor Bank Corp, symbol ISBC. Leggett and Platt, that's Leggett and Platt, symbol LEG. Mattel Inc., symbol MAT. Microsoft Corp, symbol MSFT. Mohawk Industries, symbol MHK, that's Mohawk Industries, symbol MHK. National Orwell Varco, symbol NOV. PriceSmart, symbol PSMT. Principal Financial Group, symbol PFG. Stryker Corporation, symbol SKY. VeriSign, symbol VRSN. Western Digital Corp, symbol WDC. Wynn Resort, symbol WYNN. And Yamaha Gold, symbol AUY. All releasing their ER today after the market closes. And now, positions that will release their ER tomorrow before the market opens. We're talking about that Aaron's Inc., symbol AAN. Abavi Inc., symbol ABV. Advanced Semiconductor Engineering, symbol ASX. Aon, symbol AON. Barnes Group, symbol B. And Cabot Oil and Gas, symbol COG. All releasing their ER today, tomorrow before the market opens. And we also have Chevron Corp, symbol CVX. Colgate Palmolive Company, symbol CL. Exxon Mobil, symbol XOM. Huntsman Corp, symbol HUN. Lincoln Electric Holdings, symbol LECO. Liddell Basel Industries, symbol LYB. Merck and Company, symbol MRK. Phillips 66, symbol PSX. Phillips 66 Partners, symbol PSXP. Santana Consumer Holdings, symbol SC. Select Income, symbol REIT. Simon Property Group, symbol SPG. Tenneco Inc., symbol TEN. Goodyear Tire and Rubber, symbol GT. TransUnion, symbol TRU. Valero Energy Partners, symbol VLP. Ventas Inc., symbol VTR. And Weyerhaeuser Company, symbol WY. All releasing their ER tomorrow before the market opens. Family members, there are no excuses that will be accepted or tolerated. Multiple positions that are low-hanging fruit. They get your P.A.I.D. within the next 24 hours. Let's go to work, family members. We owe it to our ancestors and our Creator to be all that we can be. We must rise up and never lay down. Never, ever give up. Go to work, family members, and make Wall Street pay you right here on Main Street. Never, ever give up.
Oh, lovely man. I never thought of myself as a complex man or as someone who was really that hard to understand. But it would hardly take a genius to realize that I've always been a lot too arrogant and a little too wise. That was a combination that made a lot of folks feel duty-bound to do whatever they could to try and shoot me down. To let off some of the things I might possibly say to see if they couldn't take some of my pride away. To bring me disappointment, to teach me to fear it. Obviously, these folks just didn't have no spirit. Yes, it's time to stop your falling. You've been down long enough. Can't you hear the spirits calling? Yes, it's the spirits. Can't you hear it? Calling your name, calling your name. Yeah, talking about spirits. So far off the track, and what they like best about life is stabbing brothers in the back. And I was obviously too blind and probably too weak to see who was responsible for my losing streak. The best way to explain it is to say simply because I was looking around outside, and the truth is that I was the one. So I got locked into all of the analysis and found myself locked into a kind of paralysis, and something was calling and I almost didn't hear it, but I spent a lot of time being blessed by the spirits. Make you say, don't give up. It's time to stop your falling. Yeah, you've been down long enough. And can't you hear the spirits calling? Yes, it's the spirits. Can't you hear it? Calling your name, calling your name. Yeah, talking about spirits. It didn't matter whether it was a child or an adult. There was absolutely no one I could not insult. So that I could isolate myself somewhere off to the side and continue to juggle all the possible whys. The warmth I once could generate so well and turned into a frozen hell. And all of the discouraging injustices I felt had pinned me somewhere inside a drug-infested cell, where those who told didn't know and those who knew didn't tell, and I could continue to feel sorry for myself. I could continue to feel sorry for myself. I could continue to feel sorry for myself. And then I heard, don't give up. It's time to stop your falling. Yeah, you've been down long enough. Yeah, can't you hear the spirits calling? Yes, it's the spirits. Can't you hear it? Calling your name, calling your name. Yeah, talking about spirits. Ain't no way life around. And this ain't the conversation of someone who never falls back down. But no matter how long you've been on trial with the days and the weeks of self-denial, and no matter how many times you tried to make it and found out that right then you just couldn't take it, if you're looking for a loser who found strength and success, remember the spirit of Brother Malcolm X. And know that you can leave all of your mistakes behind the day that you really make up your mind. 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 Come on up. Stand on the stage. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yes, it's time to stop your falling. Falling on here. You were falling down long enough. Can't you hear the spirits calling? It's calling, it's calling, it's calling. Don't give up, yes, time to stop the falling. Yes, and you've been down long enough. Yeah, can't you hear the spirits calling? It's calling, it's calling, it's calling.
And as we take a look at the top 3 major U.S. indexes, well, we've got that Dow still in positive territory, up 82 points. S&P 500 up 0.15%, and the NASDAQ is up 0.0, down. It just went down. Just went down before my eyes, down 0.08%. Family members, when we come back, and listeners alike, when we come back, we're going to go over some healthcare-related positions that will get you P.A.I.D, and then we're going to see now what others see eventually, and we're going to go over how to get P.A.I.D from self-driving cars. You're inside the classroom without walls.
Submitted during the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute's Classroom Without Walls radio broadcast is to be utilized for information and educational purposes only. Contact your personal financial and or investment advisor for trading and investing advice. Thank you for allowing us to be your community servants. So vital to you, to your family. Pension funds and 401ks have recently lost trillions of dollars. Massive job losses, rising prices, Wall Street bailouts while Main Street is shut out from the so-called American dream. Companies too big to fail. Hundreds of billions of dollars and hundreds of billions more of taxpayer money for this or for that. What about you? What do you do? You're smart, so you realize making smart decisions is more important than ever. Make a smart decision and become a part of the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute. Go to askthewiz.info to find out more right now. That's www.askthewiz.info. The Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute was founded and is led by Dr. Kenneth Reeves. Dr. Reeves is the Ph.D. economist, financial engineer, and chief investment strategist that is world-renowned for his tremendous guidance in helping to lead countless people to financial security. And he is known worldwide for telling it like it is in simple terms that everyone can understand. It's your hard-earned money, not theirs. Give it your best. Be a part of the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute. To research and join, call 404-523-9177 or go to the website at askthewiz.info. That's www.askthewiz.info. For only $50 per month. That's right, for only $1.66 per day with no contracts or long-term commitments, you will receive all the benefits of being a member of the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute. Join now by calling 404-523-9177 or go to the website at www.askthewiz.info. That's the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute, www.askthewiz.info. The Wiz thanks you for allowing him to be your community servant.
Indeed I do, indeed I do. For it's an honor to serve each and every one of you 24/7, 365. And now, Wealth Institute family members and listeners alike, let's look at the healthcare industry and how we can get P.A.I.D from this very, very lucrative sector. Now, family members, healthcare stocks are no strangers to uncertainty. There's continued talk about changes to the U.S. healthcare laws and disruption to the statewide insurance exchanges that were created as part of the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare. But the long-term investors focused on dividends. When they look at this sector still holds a lot of potential, regardless of short-term volatility. After all, healthcare stocks are one of the few recession-proof investments on Wall Street. Patients cut back on all manner of spending before they allow their health or quality of life to suffer. Similarly, healthcare is one of the most reliable sectors for future price appreciation, given the nonstop inflation of medical spending here in the United States and ever-growing demand abroad for 21st century cures. Now, when you throw in the fact that many healthcare stocks also provide robust and regular dividend payments, which we all love at the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute, the appeal of the sector becomes very, very clear. Thus, if you can stomach ups and downs as Congress debates healthcare, then I would like to submit to you, and you would be wise to consider, these 4 dividend payers in the sector of healthcare as long-term positions in your portfolio upon completion of the appropriate drill down that will get you P.A.I.D. continually. First position I want to give you is Merck, symbol MRK. Pays a dividend yield of 3%. Now Merck, once again that symbol is MRK, continues to see growth as its drugs look to fight common American health conditions. Its blockbuster's diabetes drug, Januva, which helps lower blood sugar, accounts for some $4 billion in annual sales. And its Zeta cholesterol medication racks up more than $2 billion in annual sales. And it's not done either. With a strong product pipeline that includes cancer drugs Keturah, the pipeline could open avenues and revenues to much bigger profits after a very nice showing so far in this year, 2017. The marriage of the so-called maintenance drugs to provide regular revenue will fuel dividends now, and new drugs could yield continued dividend growth going forward. With one of the biggest and most stable brands in medicine, this healthcare stock, we're talking about Merck, symbol MRK, is a rock-solid long-term position for those of us that love dividends, and this position will continue to get you, me, we, the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family, P.A.I.D. Merck & Company, symbol MRK. Next position I want to give you, out of the 4 positions, the second position is Omega Healthcare, symbol OHI. Now, Omega Healthcare is classified as a real estate investment trust, or REIT. However, it focuses on senior living and long-term care properties that make it very, very much a healthcare play. Now, listen to how smart they are at Omega and how their management, is shrewd. Omega mainly operates triple net lease properties, which means it's not liable for 3 burdensome costs that can plague landlords, namely taxes, maintenance, and insurance. You see, just think of Omega as a middleman that just collects the rent and gets P.A.I.D. Reliable rent checks result in reliable dividend payments as well. And since real estate investment trusts must pass 90% of its taxable income on to its shareholders, the result is a juicy yield and high yield healthcare play that should pay off nicely for you, me, we, the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family. Right now, as I speak to you, Omega Healthcare, symbol OHI, pays a dividend of 8.2%. I said 8.2%. The market cap on this company is $6 billion, and the market cap on Merck is $170 billion. Third company I want to give you is another big boy. We're talking about Pfizer, symbol PFE, market cap of $215 billion, dividend yield of 3.5%. Like other healthcare mega caps on this list that I've given you, this particular position is loved by dividend lovers. It is already a $200 billion company, and its product pipeline is largely replacing revenue lost by patent expirations or treatments such as its blockbuster Viagra medication that it had out. But remember, dividend stock investing is a long-term endeavor and isn't about short-term revenue trends. It's about consistent payouts and a stable business that will be able to continue to make those payments and increase those dividend payouts over the long haul. Pfizer has all of that in spades. The company has paid dividends in some form or fashion since 1901. I repeat, this company is reliable indeed. The company has paid dividends in some form or fashion since 1901. 1901. And while distributions were slashed during the financial crisis of 2009, it has reattained those payout levels once more, and it should see dividends continue to grow going forward. Pfizer family members, symbol PFE, they get your P.A.I.D. And the fourth healthcare position I want to give you, GlaxoSmithKline, symbol GSK. That's GlaxoSmithKline, symbol GSK. Market cap of $99 billion. Dividend yield of 5%. Now, GSK is a big pharma name you may be familiar with, but its stability and dividends don't come simply from branded drugs. No, this healthcare giant is a leader in vaccines as well as over-the-counter products, including Excedrin pain relievers and Sensodyne oral care products. Now, shares have been sleepy for the last few years as their product portfolio hasn't really delivered any breakout winners. However, dividend investors shouldn't be looking for a flashy new drug, but rather reliable performance. And GSK, talking about that GlaxoSmithKline, has it in spades thanks to over $3 billion in free cash flow from last fiscal year. Family members, we're talking about positions, 4 of which will get you P.A.I.D. consistently in that healthcare arena. Like I said, we're talking about that GlaxoSmithKline, symbol GSK. We're talking about that Pfizer, symbol PFE, Omega Healthcare, symbol OHI, and Merck, symbol MRK. Revenue and income coming in. Bull bear, you won't have to care. We're talking about consistent cash flow coming into your portfolio. Family members, you're being provided with information that will allow you to get paid right, NOW. For there's nothing free about freedom. You must be able to finance and maintain the acquisition of your economic liberation. Up to this point, you've been able to just get by. But we're saying that won't do. Raise the bar. Regain your thrones, you kings and queens, you gods and goddesses, and give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, because you never, ever would have made it without our ancestors and the Creator.
Without you, I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say, never would have made it, never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over all you brought me through, I can see that you were the one I held on to, and I never would have made it. Oh, I never could have made it. Never could have made it. Somebody just need to testify to somebody next to them. Tell them, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over what he brought me through, I realize I made it because I had you to hold on to. Now I'm stronger. Now I'm wiser. I'm better. So much better. I made it. Is there anybody in this house other than me that can declare you made it? Tell your neighbor, never would have made it. Tell them never could have made it. Oh, I wish I had some help here. I wish I had just 2 or 3 people that would just declare it. Never would have made it. Never could have made it. I just love to encourage myself. Sometimes I just look in the mirror and say, I'm stronger, I'm wise, I am better, so much better. When I look back over what he brought me through, I realize I made it because I had you to hold on to. But I never would have made it. I never could have made it without you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I could count Almighty. Never would have made it. Never could have made it. Sing it one more time. All I need is just one more time. Everybody say with me. Never would have made it. Oh, oh, oh. Never could have made it without
You inside the classroom without walls. I'm your humble servant, Dr.Kenneth Reeves, saying thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. Now, at this point, I need for you to take copious notes, because we're going to tap into the third eye and the third ear. We're going to see now what others see eventually. And we're going to get P.A.I.D. from our visions. Now, family members, self-driving cars are on the way. Literally billions, billions of dollars is being spent to develop the technology, the regulators, and establishing rules and initial models already that are on the road. Now, autonomous driving seems likely to change American life. And they will also change stocks that are associated with this technology. But what's difficult is trying to pick the winner in the self-driving car space in and of itself. Everyone from Apple through its Waymo unit to Tesla to legacy manufacturers like Ford Motor Company and General Motors, they are all working on either hardware and or software to fill this particular space. And at this point, it's simply too early to call a winner with any certainty. It was Netscape Communications, after all, that looked like the initial winner of the initial browser race. You remember just a decade ago, there was also Nokia, who dominated cell phones. But then Apple came along, and Nokia is somewhat of an afterthought in that space. Now, that said, there are stock positions to be clear winners of the self-driving car trend, no matter what, no matter who wins the race to dominate the self-driving industry. And at this particular time, as we see now what others see eventually, I need you to take copious notes, because I'm going to give you 5, count them, 5 positions that will get P.A.I.D. no matter who dominates the self-driving car arena. First company I want to give you is a company that's been paying us out the kazoo for the last 3 months. We're talking about NVIDIA, symbol NVDA. Now, there's little doubt that NVIDIA Corporation will have a major role to play in the autonomous car revolution. The only question is to what extent that success already is priced into NVDA stock. NVIDIA already is seeing growth in the automotive chips, with category revenue up 21% in the first half of fiscal year. As autonomous driving adoption expands, that growth will do nothing but accelerate. Now, the one concern is competition. And Intel Corporation went out and acquired Mobileye for its autonomous driving technology. Then you have Cypress Semiconductor Corporation is also eyeing the space as well. But NVIDIA still appears well ahead of the pack, and a series of existing arrangements likely means big revenue no matter which manufacturer winds up winning the self-driving car space. You want to get P.A.I.D. from self-driving cars, autonomous vehicles? NVIDIA Corporation, symbol NVDA. Next hook I want to give you is Delphi Automotive, symbol DLPH. Delphi Automotive, symbol DLPH. Now, the self-driving car trend, along with fears of peak auto, actually has depressed shares of many automobile suppliers. Self-driving cars, in theory, would limit, if not negate, the need for individual car ownership, particularly in congested metropolitan cities. That, along with efficiency improvements, would lead to an even more shrinking new car sales arena, and a long-term decline in revenue for both automakers like Ford and GM and their suppliers. But Delphi Automotive, once again that symbol is DLPH, has bucked the trend, okay? The company supplies the actual technology for autonomous driving to several manufacturers. An upcoming spinoff of the company's powertrain business will leave what's close to a pure play on self-driving cars, and a company likely to attract continued investor attention. Now, DLPH shares have climbed sharply, so valuation is a potential concern. But at the same time, Delphi looks well positioned to gain revenue from self-driving cars no matter who is making those cars. And from a long-term standpoint, that certainly seems like a good spot in which to be. Delphi Automotive, symbol DLPH. Next position that will get us P.A.I.D. from self-driving cars is BlackBerry, symbol BBRY. That's right, the same people that make the phone. Now, hold on. Let me explain now. Now, BlackBerry trades under the symbol BB. It's changed its symbol from BBRY. So now it's BB. Okay? And it moved to the New York Stock Exchange from the NASDAQ. And it did that this month, here in October. But that's far from the only change at this one-time smartphone king. Yeah, the company now outsources phone production and is moving forward as a software company, as they see now what others see eventually. You see, this creates a notable potential market in connected cars, including those with autonomous features. Okay? Now, even beyond actual autonomous driving, BlackBerry has an automotive opportunity from its large market share in the so-called infotainment applications for drivers and passengers. You see, a hands-off driver, in theory, would have more time to use those functions, okay, on other things like talking on the phone, trading stocks on their laptop, or their pad, etc., etc. And BB Stock is going to provide those operating systems that can be adapted to those applications. Okay? Now, as we speak, this particular company is already working with Ford and Delphi, among others. Now, BlackBerry stock has gained nicely so far this year and looks expensive on an earnings basis. But the company has nearly $2 billion in cash. Okay? And BlackBerry's dominance in phones is over. It's over. But its role in automotive ecosystems may restore some of its past glory and get you, me, we, the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family, P.A.I.D. This next company, I just absolutely adore. This company has gotten me P.A.I.D. consistently, and it is currently one of the many companies funding my grandchild, Spanky's, trust account. I'm talking about American Title, or American Tower, American Tower, symbol AMT. To the extent to which self-driving cars will be run over networks, okay, AMT, American Tower, is going to get you P.A.I.D. You see, listen to me. The onboard chips that will be in these autonomous cars, that will be in these self-driving cars, will do most of the work, given the potential dangers of any latency. Okay? But no matter how that plays out, American Tower Corporation, once again that symbol is AMT, will be the winner. After all, one of the big potential areas of monetization in autonomous driving will be the huge amount of data produced by each one of the cars. And American Tower will be the company transmitting a good chunk of that data across its numerous towers around the United States and around the world. As with some other positions that I've given you on this list, valuation is indeed a concern, but for investors who see not just self-driving cars, but 5G access and other technology advances, okay, as things that will be changing the world, AMT seems like it's worth even at its current high price. American Tower Company, with its repeating cell towers all around the world, okay, are nothing but ATM machines that constantly churn out money over and over and over again. And this particular arena of business has a very, very difficult break-in capacity. Not many companies can just start up and put up cell phone towers all over the globe. American Tower has what Warren Buffett calls a great economic moat around it. And this company is a mainstay in yours truly portfolio. As I go to and fro, and as I see people, okay, even homeless people talking on cell phones, I know that there is a 2 in 5 chance that phone call is being transmitted across a tower that is owned by American Tower, symbol AMT. And the next position, and the last position I want to give you, the position that will get you P.A.I.D. from self-driving cars, as we see now with others here eventually, is a company called AVX Corporation. Trades under the symbol AVX. Now, AVX Corporation probably is the least well-known stock that I've given you on this list. The company makes capacitors and other so-called passive components that are used in a variety of electronic applications. Now, AVX stock has broken out over the past several months. And after years of being range-bound, there is some tremendous upside potential available in AVX. Nearly 40% of its fiscal third quarter, ending in June of this year, that revenue came from automotive and cellular markets, showing the company's potential exposure to connected car and autonomous driving trends. Now, self-driving cars aside, the increasing amount of components in the average vehicle has been a benefit for this company, talking about AVX, and that trend seems likely to only accelerate going forward. And while AVX looks somewhat expensive at nearly 26 times trailing earnings, that's not necessarily the case. The company still has nearly $5 per share in cash on its books. And even after acquiring a business unit of TT Electronics, this company is still hemorrhaging cash. And that's a positive thing. It's generating that cash and then it's putting it back into R&D. Now, this particular company is one that is going to benefit from the increased complexity of the internal components that are needed and that are a necessity for autonomous driving vehicles. Family members, AVX, to get your P.A.I.D. from self-driving cars. We're talking about that American Tower Company symbol AMT to get you P.A.I.D. from the transmission of the critical data from the automobiles to the Internet of Things and the other supportive components of the self-driving cars. American Tower symbol AMT. BlackBerry symbol BB to get your P.A.I.D. from self-driving vehicles. Delphi Automotive symbol DLPH. And can't forget Navita, symbol NVDA. Positions that will get your P.A.I.D. from autonomous and or self-driving vehicles as we see now what others see eventually. You've been inside the Classroom Without Walls radio broadcast, and I am your humble servant, Dr. Kenneth Wiz, reminding you that we do this each Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to also remind those of you that are members of the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family that we will be having our normally scheduled ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute Beginner Traders and Investors webinar tonight from 8 until 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where yours truly will identify one particular sector and a group of companies that are in that sector that will get you and your grandkids P.A.I.D. consistently. Set it and forget it. It's the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute Beginner Traders and Investors webinar tonight. We're talking about Thursday, October the 26th, 2017, from 8 until 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace and blessings be upon each and every one of you. This is your humble servant, Dr. Kenneth Wiz, saying thank you so very much for allowing me to be part of your day. This ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute Classroom Without Walls radio broadcast is now dismissed.